guys, welcome back to KSP. I'm going to do a little bit of recording. I haven't done much for over a week because I've been sick. So, let's go ahead and do something with the totally stock basic game. I actually don't need my headset on since I'm not running the camera. And let's do some sandboxing. We're going to go to the moon. Yay, big surprise, right? I've been on a moon kick recently just because I like practicing it, I like getting good at it. But what we're going to fly is a rather small, diminutive midget lander, which I will bring up. I think it was this one. The one I flew previously. Yes, this little thing. Midget lander. Now, I am going to change this up because I really don't feel like flying a jet to low curve in orbit. So we're going to go ahead and make a more traditional launch stage. And we're going to use some basic, rocket engines to do it. Alright, and then we're going to select ourselves some side decouplers. Put those right there. Put on some backs. Yes, like that. Make sure I have my staging all pretty much correct. Actually, I think I will put on 2 more launch clamps down here, just so everything stays all nice and stable. Okay, that'll work, that'll work, that'll work. Let's get some fins on this. I like the Delta Deluxe winglets, pretty good. This will help us steer because I'm using an LBT-30 engine versus an LBT-45. Alright, let's strut a little bit on here. Thinking about I don't need these. Add some more struts up there. Perfect. I can't see anything wrong with this. Now, I do have a crew. I don't need an engineer. I need people. Let's do Dude Fraud. Dude Fraud, you're the man. You're going to be a pilot of choice today. I'm just going to fling this at the moon to show off the lander. Can I get daytime? Let's get some daytime. There we go. Perfect. Alright. So what a class 100% go. Gee, I might have had to back off the throttles on these back boosters because they seem to be a bit overkill. I have Rover over there. Cute. I named it Cute. I should show that off. Ah, darn it. I forgot to grab my pilot. We gotta grab our pilot. Here, get over there. So yeah, the capsule is just stuck on the launch clamp with a cubic octagonal strut, and that's basically it. Okay, now that I have the pilot's chair selected, I have to manually select the probe core, so my nav ball makes sense. That dawn launch will work. Go. Surprised the ladder didn't share anything off, but the ladders aren't solid for anything except for the kerbals to grab onto. Kerbals weigh 90 kilograms, so I've actually added mat. I can't talk today. Oh well. What else is new, right? I've added a bit of mass to this rocket, so the Delta V has dropped. But oh well. That's not too big of a deal, right? What you see is what you get, basically. I do have a small, thin probe core tucked away in the fuel tank. The new editing tools are quite powerful, and you can end up clipping stuff together for a nice, pleasing appearance really easily. It used to be kind of a pain to do that before. Okay, full throttle, go, go, go. Let's see if my speed drops below 200. That's actually acceptable. Let's just start turning now. not want to lean over. I'm hard over on yaw, and we're just barely turning. Must be because I have a non-gimbling engine, and I'm running out of air for my fins, and only have 5 units of torque from my one dinky little flywheel. The probe core does not have a flywheel installed. And, okay, we'll just hold that. It'll work. How's the flight looking? Time to apoapsis is going along pretty well. We'll just tell them to maintain prograde. This should be more than enough to get us in orbit. This right here. Although, like when you tell them to maintain prograde or any of these directions, the indicator stands still in place. I still see my probe. Okay, we get to about 73 kilometers. We're going to kill out our thrust. And then we'll do a burn up at apoapsis to finish this up. Good enough. Alright. Now I do have some solar panels. They're getting a little bit of sunlight. Not much. They're actually losing a charge, believe it or not. I haven't been able to do much of the game recently because illness and work, and my voice was completely shot. It probably still sounds a bit out of it, but that was just how things were for a bit. Strep throat's not fun, like at all. Fortunately, I'm over it now pretty much. I just still have some phlegm, so if I do cough, I apologize. But other than that, it's been basically limbo time, waiting for 1.0 to come out. I did see the KSP post about fairings. I'm not sure if I like or dislike the fairings. I really didn't get to see much of a good look at it, but oh well. Okay, we got, I'll go to 20 seconds, 15 seconds. And then go, prograde. That's pretty good velocity. I can actually back off some. About to run out, but that's okay. Should have enough to make orbit with this, and that'll be good. And my transfer stage will do all the transfer work to get us to the moon. So that'll be good. There we go. 73 versus 78. Cool. I have a smidge of fuel left. Alright, we'll select our target. Moon. Where are you, Moon? You're up there. I am ahead. For a moon shot. So let's do our encounter. Dial that back some. Close enough. Aim to the marker. I gotta wait almost a whole orbit. Not quite a whole orbit, but most of an orbit to get there. Boy, you passed it, mate. Okay. Now, I do not have this left in the stage. Not a big deal. I'll mess with trying to figure out divvying that up into 2 burns. So I think what I'll end up doing is I'll do the burn a minute short, because the little 48.7S engine I have in the back of the transfer stage probably won't be enough. But that's okay. But there we go. Okay, yeah, see, I'm a little bit early. So I can actually go to 32 seconds and then finish that burn. So I lost about 200 meters per second of it. Just go. Just maintain prograde or maintain stability assist because we're pretty much aimed at the node, right? Maybe a little bit off. And I get pretty close to the end of the burn. I'll look at the map and we'll see how far off we are. So how's our pilot liking the flight? He seems to be enjoying himself. I think I'll have to just keep it aimed at the marker. It kind of drifts around a little bit. Okay, I'll cancel the maneuver. I'll tell him to maintain prograde, stability assist, and then we'll sneak up on that low periapsis. Okay, that's getting kind of close. This is better than, wrong part. There we go. Don't want to blow past it too much. That's good enough there. Remember to turn that back up. I'll need that to slow down when I get to the moon right away. Let's go. Now, currently the bug is if you blow past your sphere of influence change, your predicted abscissa markers will be all whacked. That's going to get fixed in 1.0, but it's definitely a bug here. The way to prevent it is to slow down so your time acceleration is manageable. You're not going to blast past the exact point of SOI change. Okay, there we go. So yes, that's doable. Oops, wrong button. Wrong button again. Okay, so they're coming in nice and low, but not, oh my gosh, this is insanity low. So now I can tell them to maintain retrograde. And guess where we're landing? Yes, we're landing right in the same old boring spot we like landing all the time. I could be different and basically circularize and then land wherever I want, or I could say screw it, go right past the circularization phase and land right around in here. I got options. I can do whatever I like, really. So, I mean, I could go clear over here if I wanted, but let's land in our typical little landing spot, which is over yonder. Now, I do have this transfer stage. I need to get rid of it eventually, so right now this transfer stage is not going to do me any good. So, bye. And now at this point, we're just going to coast our way down. It looks like we're coming into land right around there. Oh yeah, see, this is the thing you gotta worry about with this definitive little lander, is that it's a little bit squirrely with SAS torque because the flywheel is like pretty much right in the center of the stupid center of mass. So it really doesn't know what to do with itself when you are coming in for a landing. Can I get wood up in time? Yes, we can. We can get wood up pretty good. Is it manageable? Landing. Let's go down some. And this will do it. Bonk. We've landed. And there's enough flywheel torque you can end up just kind of spinning around and not worry about 90. So upon launch, I'll immediately turn to the east and off I go. But for now, that's decent and good enough. So let's get out and get some pictures. So you can kind of see I've clipped in 2 parachutes here. I've clipped in some RCS tanks just by using the new slider features to move them around. You can see the lander is very small and almost big enough for the Kerbal to move it around, but not quite. And aside from the tank or the seat, it's 1 Kerbal tall. I got plenty of fuel to get back. Stupid flag, can't see it. Lawnchair Landing. Alright, now you don't have to jump up onto the thing to get it, you can just go like that and you're done. Alright, now because I did that, I gotta tell it again. Control from the probe core. Whoa. Let's bounce our way that way some. It almost kind of wants to do a rover thing here, but not really. Okay, so this is your takeoff procedure. Make sure the engine's powered up, and you go hard over. You can go ahead and orbit mode now. I'm going for as shallow a trajectory as I can get because I really want to maximize my fuel availability. So I get to 6,000 meters up. We'll kill that thrust. And we're about not even 100 meters shy, 100 meters per second shy of making full orbit. Now I suppose what I could have done, because I'm landing on the trailing edge of the moon's orbit going this way, I could have just taken off straight up and got home, but I like doing this because this works on any situation you find yourself in, basically. No matter where you land on the moon, turning in a direction and putting yourself in a shallow trajectory will always get you into an orbit, and then you can sort out how to get to Kerbin later. Landing on the trailing edge of the moon and taking off straight up only works on the trailing edge of the moon. If you are on the leading edge of the moon and you do this, you are going to have a bad time. Because you're going to end up speeding away from everything. All that you hold near and dear. Okay. Bam. See, I need like 80 meters per second additional delta V to make orbit. So there we go. We have made orbit. Not quite circular, but good enough. There's that cough. My apologies. So now, what is this? Okay, whatever. Once we get around to the leading edge of the moon, we'll kick out our apoapsis out way, basically towards where the sun's pointing. That'll drop our apoapsis with Kerbin down in the atmosphere. We'll come in for a landing. We'll land, and it'll be all good. And now we get a nice death-defying... he's kind of liking the flight. That's good, I suppose. Nice little pass over everything, including the crater. I like going over the crater, the big giant crater lips. They're fun. They look impressive. Especially when you pass right over the little mountain ridges. It's like, whoa, I'm so close, oh my gosh. And it's like, no man, you're fine, you got this. So yeah, there's the giant crater. There's the canyon that runs east-west from this crater lip. There's actually like 3 biomes that are like right within EV distance right here. You got the crater, you got the canyon, and you got like lowlands or something. Oh, I got such a ways to go. It's okay, we can time warp some more. So yeah, not a lot of fuel left in this thing, but that should be enough. Yeah, I'm not high. I'm high enough up, I don't have to worry about going splat. That's just flag. terraforming is that? Okay, so now that I'm pretty much where I need to be. Oh hey, you know what? That flag might actually be a good spot for me to mark my stuff. So like 200 and change. So yeah, we can just do like that. So yeah, 12 seconds of burn. Manageable. Which is about roughly what you end up getting when you do the Kerbal X. It's about an 11-second burn, but you have a better engine for that. Aha, see, this is the problem I run into with this engine. I don't have enough fuel to do the burn. Fortunately, I have RCS. This actually has less delta V on board than the Kerbal X, but the RCS makes up for it. So we'll just cancel that out. We'll do a burn until we dip well in the atmosphere. Like, that's good right there. I have the parachutes. They slow me down about 4 meters per second. I can land pretty much wherever I want. And we'll toggle the chutes now. Okay. And I still got plenty of monopropellant left. I used only 8 units. So I could actually go down to one, like the itty bitty inline monopropellant tank, and I'd be fine. Alright, we're gonna get a water landing. Might get the peninsula, not sure. Like down in here somewhere. Might be shorter because that is pretty deep. Okay, the issue is the Kerbal comes into this head first, and that's not good for the Kerbal, like at all. The thing's not stable enough to know that it needs to point one direction. It's always pointing head in first. That's not good. We don't want that. We're going to miss the sun. Oh, we are going to make a landing. That's cool. If you tell him to maintain retrograde, it doesn't know what to do with itself, and it kind of dances all over the place, so we just maintain stability hold on that, and we're good. So nice, gentle 4 Gs of acceleration. Kind of dark, can't see a thing, but hey, we got lights. We get closer. Why does the gear activate? Always activates. Hey, turn on the brakes and the gear that aren't there. Thanks. Yeah, unfortunately, since I don't have a capsule, and this is a stock game, I have no idea where the floor is on this. So I don't know when these chutes are going to fully open, and that's kind of an issue because the chutes open fully at 500 meters above radar level, and if I'm time accelerating and they deploy, I might rip my Kerbal out of the command chair and off he goes and dies. That's not cool. So let's not do that. The lights may help some, provided my electric charge holds up. Shouldn't be a problem. Fun fact, the stock landing bay, the aircraft landing gear, do not consume electricity. So if you want free lights without battery draining, that's one way to do it. I'll know when I'm close because the chutes will open up. I can just see it from here. Well, I think they turn green. Oh, I didn't know the chutes did that. Hey, cool. Looks like goofy ears or something. Alright, coming in. There we go. So yeah, about 5 meters per second. It gets slower as you get denser in the atmosphere. So now I can time accelerate. And looks like the ground's coming up pretty quick. Finally get to see the land bank, and we're down. Pardon me. Okay, so I don't need that anymore. SES torque is not enough to do anything except maybe kind of turn me. Yeah, I can't even write the thing up, so yep. On the moon, Moonus would be so much fun with this thing. But yes. Leave seat. And I gotta get pictured, but it's kind of hard. So switch, lights. I don't think that really matters. Not really. Proud Kerbal and his contraption. And that's it. So now we're gonna cover the whole thing like that. So it's not really a difficult thing to make because the technology I used for it is fairly small and not hard. Relatively available in the Tier 2 tree, I believe. Tier 2 science building, so it would be, I don't know, maybe fun enough for contracts for the moon. I'm kind of curious how much it costs. Oh, only... what did I name it? Midget Lander, 30,000 for a moon trip. That's pretty cheap for a little moon mission, actually. Kerbal X is quite a bit higher than that. The Kerbal X is over double that price, but you get the advantage of having 3 crew and all sorts of cool stuff, as opposed to 1 crew by the seat of his pants, literally. So yeah, it's a thing. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you all later. Have a good night.